If you're ready to feel healthy, energized, and motivated for the fall, here's the exact blueprint that you're gonna follow to get there. Let's do it together. If you know me, you'll know I am the queen of potatoes, but I am also the queen of organization. I do a weekly reset, a monthly reset, and a seasonal reset. Let me walk you through the weekly reset first. I wash our bed sheets, rotate and fluff all of the cushions on our couch, do my eyebrows, I don't let anybody touch them, respond to all of my personal emails, do all of my laundry and make sure my closet is clean, clean the bathroom, clean up my personal computer, wash my reusable face pads, clean my electronics, dermaplane, wash my makeup brushes, clean out the pantry, clean my jewelry, change my shower towels, clean out the fridge, deep clean the cat's water and food bowls, clean the entire apartment, pick up any mail and packages, take the everything shower, restock my vitamins for the week. And now the monthly reset. The first thing that I do at the start of a new month is say these two words. My first grade teacher told us that it's good luck to say rabbit, rabbit on the first day of the month, and I have done it every month since. And she also taught us that if you forget, then on the second day of the month, you can say tabar, tabar, because it's rabbit, rabbit backwards. Does anybody else do this? Am I insane? Every month, I like to bulk buy staples for the month. So something that I talk about in the Slim program is having core meals, having go-to meals where if you aren't gonna follow something on the meal that's on the meal plan, or you just wanna swap out on the meal plan, because the great thing about Slim is you don't have to follow the meal plan exactly. You can input your own meals and it all calculates to fit into your plan. So if you don't have a certain ingredient or whatever it is, you can just revert to your core meals. So at the beginning of each month, I'll sort of decide what my core meals for the month are gonna be, and I will buy the starches, the veggies, and the protein to be able to put together my plate builder for my core meals. And core meals are what they sound like. They're just your go-to meals that you can count on busy days. So my starches for the month, this is Japanese sweet potatoes. I got a 20-pound box of Japanese sweet potatoes. I got a 15-pound bag of potatoes for like $7. These are the Hawaiian sweet potatoes, the Okinawan. I get these online. The website is hawaiivegiefarm.com. You can use the discount code Emmie5. Use them on, this is gonna sound counterintuitive, but trust me, the discount doesn't work on the cheap ones, and it's because there's like no profit margin for them, which is totally fine. But the cheap ones, I usually have problems with. They usually come and like some of them are rotten, they go bad very quickly. So I don't like, if you're going to get these, get the ones that the quote unquote most expensive. They're really not expensive. They're cheaper than what you'll find at the grocery store, and they literally get shipped to your door. And use the discount code Emmie5 for my favorite potatoes. These are purple on the inside, delicious. And then I have oatmeal because we're getting into a cooler season. So oatmeal is going to make a resurgence, and quinoa, because I love making for my Healthy Bowls cookbook in the fall. There's a lot of good stuff in there. Those are my starches. This is not showing you how much zucchini and summer squash I have. It's insane. We're ending the season of zucchini and summer squash, so I'm able to buy cases of zucchini and summer squash for really inexpensive, and that is exactly what I did. So I have so much zucchini and summer squash, I can't even tell you. Those are gonna be the core veggies. And then, nobody knows cauliflower like I know cauliflower, and I am telling you, the best cauliflower is the frozen family size 64 ounce from Wegmans. Usually when you buy cauliflower florets, you literally are getting like riced cauliflower. It's a joke, but this one is so good. I love it. They're nice big hunks of cauliflower. My protein for this next month, I'm gonna do 2 sources. I have a ton in my freezer of edamame and soy curls. So this is gonna be my core staple rotation kiss meal, keep it simple sweetie meal for fall. At the end of every month, I will journal about the past month and reflect on it, what worked, what didn't work. And then I will either open myself up to the month ahead, and I'll talk about what that means, or I have journal topics that I'll do for the month ahead. So I'm gonna put on the screen now the journal topics that I walk through to reflect on the past month, as well as if I want to journal on the month ahead, these are the journal topics that I will follow. So you can pause the video now and screenshot these if you'd like. So what I encourage my Slim program clients to do, and I talk about this with my clients very often, I say, look at the month ahead. Look at the social obligations that you have that will probably, I don't want to say require, because you can do whatever you want, but you're probably going to be eating food that's more rich. How many of these do we have? If we have a lot, then we're going to have to tighten up on our day-to-day eating and our day-to-day diet. So if they have, a month where there's not many social obligations, they're going to be at home most of the time, or maybe they're going to be at home for pretty much the entire month, then status quo. But if it's a month that's really busy for them and they have, lunches and social obligations, and their diet naturally, because they're going to be going out and eating food that's not quote unquote on plan, the average calorie density of their diet is going to be much higher. So in order to combat that, we have to make sure that what you're eating at home is a lot tighter than usual. So in cases like these, I go, okay, for meal prep, this month, you're gonna be focusing on recipes that are a lot more vegetable heavy, that have a lot more leafy greens, a lot more salads this month. You might even wanna switch your plate builder, which is a concept that we talk about in the Slim program, to favor vegetables more than it favors starch, because we need to bring down your average calorie density for the month. So just looking at the month ahead, seeing what social obligations you have and how that's gonna impact what you're gonna meal prep for the coming weeks. Coming at you from my Dr. Evil chair, so you know it's gonna be good. I didn't disappoint. We got this, we got that, and we got a little bit of this. I said that this was part of my weekly reset, but to be completely transparent with you, I actually do this every single day. What the heck is this? What's the point? What does it do? Who is it for? As you know, the whole reason why I do this, why I eat this way, is because I want to live a long, healthy, vibrant, youthful life. I want to have a family. I want to live. I want to be here, and I want to be out in the world. And I talk about how the body is the vessel that we experience life in, and we don't want our body to inhibit us from being able to enjoy our lives. And unfortunately for many people, that is the case because either they're ill or they're not confident in their body. So I'm always doing things that are going to keep me youthful and keep me feeling confident, and starting red light therapy was one of those things. This is the first setting, P1. I like to do the red light therapy because this is terrific for anti-aging. It boosts collagen, it promotes elasticity within the skin. If you want a nice youthful look every single day for 10 minutes. And by the way, you can walk around with this thing, you can roam about the cabin. Second setting is P2. This is great if you want the youthful look, if you want to reduce wrinkles, reduce fine lines, but also you struggle with acne. And then if acne is a really big problem for you, which by the way, can be something at any age, depending on a myriad of factors, then P3, which is a nice cozy blue, is gonna be the best for you. The blue light is gonna target bacteria to reduce future breakouts. 94% of participants using the mask agreed that their skin tone and texture improved, while 86% said that their fine lines and wrinkles decreased. I chose this mask because it has 2 times the LED of other masks, it has triple wavelength technology, and it has eye protection. You can get up to $305 in savings when you use the code Emmie. The link is in the description bar. A huge thank you to iRestore for sponsoring this section of the vlog today. Feel a little funny holding up these dumbbells, like looking like a librarian, but the reality is that this is where I've been doing a lot of my workouts lately, is in my office. So I've been following the Slim program, of course, and I've been doing a lot of the at-home workouts. But all of this to say, every month, every 4 weeks actually, you will do a progress check-in update. So you log into the app and there's a little check-in that you do, and then it regenerates. You'll get a new plan. So you'll get a new fitness plan, a new meal plan. I love this feature, because without it, I would get stuck in the trap where I would just keep doing the same workouts month after month. Like, days are long, years are short. You don't realize that a month has gone by. And if you don't have the Slim program, then you can do this with your own workouts to evaluate how your workouts have been going, what your weight is looking like, how your strength is looking, and if you're ready to increase. So the biggest thing for me that I've been working on personally, and thank goodness I have the Slim app to be able to keep track of all this, like what weights I used to do. I would be so overwhelmed if I didn't have it, because I wouldn't know exactly how much weight I do on every single workout. It would be a mess trying to keep it all together. But my big thing that I'm focusing on is increasing the amount of weight that I'm doing. I actually have these incredible dumbbells. I'll link these below, where you can take off, you can adjust them, right? So I just took off 1.1 pounds. I just took off a half a kilo. So these are great because it's very easy to adjust your weight. They go up to 8.8 pounds. I'm wearing weights on my wrist when I use these. So I could get up very high depending on how high the wrist weights are. I'll link those below. But my main thing is increasing the weight that I'm doing. As you know, I am getting married next year, and I really want to have good tone and sculpture and just a nice shape to my upper body just because of how my dress is. So in order to do that, I can't be lifting like super light weights. I really need to make sure that I'm doing progressive overload, which is the concept of increasing weight as time goes on so that your muscles have reason to grow. So that's my big thing. I actually just did my check-in yesterday. It's Monday when I'm doing this video. Yesterday was Sunday. I did my check-in yesterday, and today was my first day of slightly increasing my weight for the month. And it was hard, but at the end of the month, it's gonna be easier. So what you can do is, if you're in the Slim app, do your progress check-in, bam. If you're not in the Slim app, or even if you are in the Slim program, linked down below, here are some questions that you can ask yourself about your fitness routine to reset for the month ahead. So reflecting on the past month, when did I feel the most strong, confident, or proud in my workouts? How did exercise impact my mood, my stress, my sleep, my quality of life overall? And looking ahead, what's one small shift I can make that I'll be proud of at the end of the month? And is there a skill or milestone I'd like to work toward? And the seasonal reset. For my seasonal reset, I like to create a bucket list for the season. So right now it is fall in New England. Need I say more? Fall in New England is as good as it gets. This is pinnacle living. So I have my laptop here. I could use Pinterest. I'm just gonna start with, like, off the top of my head, the things that I wanna put on my fall bucket list. We're gonna go apple picking at my bachelorette, so that's gonna be taken care of. I wanna do a drive just to look at the foliage. Go to the place that I used to work at in high school to pick out pumpkins. There are certain books that I wanna read this fall, so there's certain books that I'm putting on my fall bucket list that are fall-esque. I'm not gonna bore you with my fall bucket list, but these primary foods are so important. I talk about primary foods so often in the Slim program. There has to be a world outside of food for you. If food is the one thing that brings you joy, make a bucket list for this season that's not food related, that is giving you a dopamine menu that food has no place on. I will also choose my seasonal recipes. So there are a few recipes that I want to make this season. And the way that I get inspired is, like, it's fall time, for example. So I will pull up my Healthy Soups cookbook, and I will pull up my Healthy Holidays cookbook. And I'm just going to write down the recipes that I wanna make this fall before the fall is over. So for my Healthy Desserts cookbook, I believe it's in Healthy Desserts and in Healthy Holidays, my pumpkin maple cornbread. From Healthy Holidays, my butternut squash risotto. From Healthy Soups, the lentil soup and the pumpkin chili. Also the Moroccan soup, that's good stuff. I'm gonna add that. There's also a creamy white bean in there, or it's a creamy wild rice, that's getting added. I also have written down the seasonal produce that I want to take advantage of. So honey nut squash in the fall, This is the best squash on the planet, and I absolutely have to get my hands on it this fall. I want to eat in-season apples, which I'll be able to do because we are, for my bachelorette, we're gonna go apple picking, weather permitting, so I'll be able to get some in-season apples there. I also want to get some, I was like, local BS, local Brussels sprouts, also some local pumpkin and chestnuts. Well, it is just about that time, guys, for me to be editing the video and realize that I didn't make an outro. If you watched this whole video, I literally love you. Leave me a comment and let me know what's something that's gonna be on your bucket list for the season that you're watching this in. I love you, honeys, and I'll see you in my next video. Mwah.